Good morning, students. Let's begin a new chapter of class 11 and name of chapter is chemical bonding and molecular structure. And important topics first, Lewis dot structure. Lewis dot structure are shorthand to represent the valence electrons of an atom. The structures are written as the element symbol surrounded by dots that represent the valence electrons. As for example, hydrogen having one electron and electron is expressed as dot. Next topic is covalent bonds. The bond formed between two atoms by mutual sharing of electrons between them so as to complete their octets. When two atoms share one electron pair, they are said to be joined by a single covalent bond. As for example, H2. And if two atoms share two electron pairs of electrons, the covalent bond between them is called a double bond. As for example, O2. And if three atoms, two atoms share three electrons pair of electrons, the covalent bond between them is called a double bond like N2. Now, next topic is octet rule. Cosell and Lewis in 1916 developed an important theory of chemical combination between atoms known as electronic theory of chemical bonding. According to this, atoms can combine either by transfer of valence electrons from one atom to another or by sharing of valence electrons in order to attain their octet. This is known as octet rule. And limitation of octet rules. First, incomplete octet of the central atom. In some compounds, the number of electrons surrounding the central atom is less than 8. This is especially the case with elements having less than 4 valence electrons. Example, LiCl, lithium chloride, and BeCl2 and BCl3. Now, second limitation, odd electron molecules. In molecules with an odd number of electrons like nitric oxide NO and nitrogen dioxide, the octet rule is not satisfied by all the atoms. And this theory does not account for the shape of molecule. Now, after limitations of octet rule, new topic is electrovalent bond or ionic bond. The chemical bond as result of transfer of electron from one atom electropositive to another atom means electronegative. Ionic bond will be formed. Now, Next topic, bond length. Bond length is defined as the equilibrium distance between the nuclei of two bonded atoms in a molecule. Bond angle. It is defined as the angle between the orbital containing bonding electron pairs around the central atom in a molecule or complex ion. It gives some idea regarding the distribution of orbital around the central atom in a molecule or complex ion, and hence it helps us the determining its shape. Bond enthalpy. It is defined as the amount of energy. It is defined as the amount of energy required to break 1 mole of bonds of a particular type between two atoms in a gaseous state. The unit of bond enthalpy is kilojoule per mole. Now, bond order. The bond order is given by the number of bonds between the two atoms in a molecule. As for example, bond order of O2 is 2. With increase in bond order, bond enthalpy increases and bond length decreases. Now, resonance. According to the concept of resonance, whenever a single Lewis structure cannot describe a molecular accurately, a number of structures with similar energy, position of nuclei, bonding and the non-bonding pairs of electrons are taken as the conical structure of the hybrid, which describes the molecule accurately. Polarity of bonds. In case of heteronuclear molecules like HCl, the shared pair of electrons between the two atoms gets displaced more towards chlorine. Since the electronegativity of chlorine is far greater than that of hydrogen, the resultant covalent bond is called a covalent bond and polar covalent bond. Now, dipole moment. As a result of polarization, the molecule possesses the dipole moment, which can be defined as the product of charge and distance between the centers of positive and negative charge. It is usually designed by Greek letter mu. It is expressed as now VSEPR theory. Valence shell electron pair repulse theory. The shape of molecule depends upon the number of valence shell electron pair. Valence shell electron pair. around the central atom. Pairs of electrons in valence shell repel one another since their electron clouds are negatively charged. These pairs of electrons tend to occupy such positions in space that minimize repulsion and thus maximize distance between them. The valence shell is taken as a sphere with the electron pairs localizing on the spherical surface at maximum distance from one another. A multiple bond is treated as if it is a single electron pair and the 2 or 3 electron pairs of a multiple bond are treated as a single superpair. Where 2 or more resonance structures can represent a molecule, the VSEPR model is the applicable to any such structure. Now, geometry of molecules. If bond pair is 2 and lone pair is 0, shape will linear. And examples BeCl2. Bond pair 2, shape linear, and examples BeCl2. Bond pair 3 and shape trigonal planar, BeCl3 example. And bond pair is 2 and lone pair is 1, shape is bent, example is SO2. Now bond pair is 4, then shape is tetrahedral, and example methane CH4. Now bond pair 3, lone pair 1, and shape is pyramidal, example are NH3 and PH3. Bond pair 2 and lone pair is also 2, then shape is V shape, and example is H2O. Bond pair 5, lone pair 0, and shape is trigonal bipyramidal, and example is PCl5. Next geometrical shape and geometrical molecules will next time. Till then, goodbye.